A lot of times, the Christians who are devout don't understand these things. And so you allow occultic men to run the system and write laws under the influence of whatever spirit that empowers them. Since it is this bad, the first thing we have to realize is that it will not get good overnight. Elections world over are highly competitive processes. All through history, elections are very highly competitive. So it's not just enough to say, I'm a Christian, I go to church on Sundays. You must know your God close enough that your God is able to empower you much more than the occultic man's God is able to empower him. There are certain things we need to do to access his power. God can give resources. The second thing is this, that there is a protocol before God lends his power to any individual. For instance, in the occultic world, a newbie may not have as much occultic powers as someone who has become a master. But then as you advance in evil, you find that there are certain levels of consecrations and sacrifices you need to make for you to acquire higher levels of power. Well, that in itself applies to Christianity. You see that if you are going to be running for political office, for instance, your morning devotion cannot be enough. You may have to, do much more than that. You first of all realize that what you are going out there to do, you are going to be confronting terrorists. You're going to be confronting bandits. You're going to be confronting spiritists. You're going to be confronting cultists. And therefore, you must have to come prepared, because they came prepared. I'll tell you two stories and I'll end with it. Before this particular person is a government functionary, sends a proposal to the governor. He writes the proposal and then he goes to sleep in the grave. It is a very occultic process. And after doing that, he takes his proposals to the governor. The proposal might not make sense. It might be foolish, but it will get the governor's assent. And then you wake up because you think you are intelligent and you go to submit that proposal. The proposal will be thrown out of the window. And then the proposal of the occultic man. So what I'm saying is that there are elements to this, and that there is the spiritual element to governance systems. Therefore, people should realize that, one, God is interested in governance systems, and then he can empower us to do governance. But then we must have to apply ourselves to God's empowerment processes before we're able to go to the parliament to confront these people. Today, not just has your parliament been taken over, the judiciary has also been taken over. Then you cannot be appointed a judge except you become a part of a certain confraternity. It's an open secret in Nigeria. And when you have become a member of this confraternity, you cannot be judging with the righteousness and the fear of God, because there is another judge they have submitted to.